morning, everybody. Morning, Fluff. Cheers, Caribou.
What's going on, fellas?
Holy crap, that wasn't the person I thought we were going to see in here.
Much uglier than what you're expecting.
Way less hair.
Nah.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Morning, bud.
Cheers, chat.
I can't stick around long, but I've got about 20 minutes I can hang with y'all before I got to be out of here. So.
Hell yeah. Sweet.
Gary saw this shit was a rolling show, and he's like, I'm going to show these motherfuckers what's up.
Well, yeah.
Stomp them.
Watch me fail at rolling.
Nah, right? That's what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, man, I am so down for this. It sounds like a great idea. I used to be a fucking great roller. And then I remember that was like 4 fucking hand surgeries ago.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I guess that would change things, hey?
Yeah, a little bit. I can still get it done, but they don't happen in under fucking 15 seconds anymore, I'll tell you that.
So lately, the last like maybe month or so, I've got something going on right in here with my thumb, and obviously that's the crucial part for rolling it. So that's really hampering rolling abilities when you're trying to get that done, right? And it's one thing when it hurts a bit, right? You're like, oh, okay, that's uncomfortable. It is what it is. You make do with it. But when your hands won't physically do what you're used to them normally being able to do, like they just, your thumb will only bend so far now or whatever. It's just like, okay, so you got to kind of struggle for a bit, watch your joints fall apart in your hands as you try to figure this out. And then you got to figure out a slightly new way of doing something because the old way doesn't work anymore. It's interesting.
That's rough. Yeah. J5, that's funny.
Nice, J5. Cheers, brother.
All right, so as we're getting rolling here, what are some of your guys' roll tray essentials? What do you keep on your rolling tray all the time? Oh, fuck. I just dropped my branch. Papers and a grinder. OCP, fuck. OCP! Hell yeah. That's awesome.
That's completely was not designed either. I want to put that out there. That's completely coincidental.
Black premiums are the fucking one of the best, bro.
Yeah.
Dude,
one of the absolute best.
The old lady and I buy them by the box, man. That's how we go through a bowl.
I like their hemp ones. I usually use the hemp ones, but I'm out of the hemp ones. But I accidentally bought this box of fucking the short ones, which are nice because they're thin. They're really thin papers, which I like. The thinner, the better for me. But yeah, these are the short. I like the 1.25 inch. These are the little shorties, which just means I get to smoke 2 at a time. So, cheers, G-Bay.
There you go. Fucking, you were talking about products and things, to when your hands are getting all fucked up and stuff. And I can't roll a cone to save my fucking life, but my wife can. So she's been kind of like rolling some cones up and packing up for me. And when I work out in the garage and things, she's fucking super awesome. Gives me some joints to fucking smoke. And, the benefit is she gets to come out smoking with me. So woohoo. But
nice.
In doing that, right, the hardest part in fucking in a cone is packing it, right? And so I bought her, and I mean, it's not hard by any means. It's just getting a nice little flow. But anyway, I bought her this cool little fucking tray, and I don't know where she put it. My volume's way low. I'll fix it in a minute. I don't know where she fucking put it, but it was a tray, and it's got 2 little fucking inserts that hold cones so that you can just sweep into it and pack down and then pop them right back out. And, it's like a $8-9 tray, you know what I mean? But it seems like for making cones and packing them, it just seems like such a nice tool to have. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I've been looking at the raw 6-shooter because you can load 6 cones into that thing. And the same thing, you grind your weed and just drop it in there and it fills them up. Because I've been thinking about doing some pre-rolls for the wife's friends and stuff like that. So I've been looking at one of those as well. It's super handy, it seems.
Ash and I have looked at those for doing road trips because
Yeah,
cones is a good way to go because you're bringing stinky roaches back into the vehicle or anything like
right.
that. And it's just, cones are fun, but it's,
So I'm not, but I'm an old school roller, man. My shit's always straight cigarette style, right? That's how I grew up rolling or came up rolling too.
Mm-hmm.
Was rolling cigarettes. So that's still to the day the style, and um, I when crutches started to become a thing and they started putting them in the not become a thing, but they were always kind of were a thing for smarter people than me. Um, but when the crutches started being put in the papers with them and things, and then it changed the way I roll because I always hated carrying roaches around because they were all stinky and fucked up. But I wasn't gonna, especially back in the day, I wasn't gonna leave that weed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That weed was coming with me. Paid a lot for that weed. But it went through a lot to get that weed. So every bit of it was coming home to get smoked. So I didn't mind that. But I hated carrying it, right? Because that was always the stinkiest fucking part. So when crutches started being put in the papers and I actually started using them and you could smoke it down to that and, finally just get rid of it.
Yeah, yeah. And you don't need roach clips and fucking.
Yep. I really enjoy the crutches. And so if it's not in the paper, I find a way to fucking make one. That is a standard for me now.
Naven, I haven't tried them yet. I haven't tried the noodle yet.
Yeah, me neither.
I've seen the noodle, but I haven't tried it yet.
I haven't tried the noodle yet either.
It's never crossed my mind, but it makes sense as a life hack, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
and I mean, how much is a fucking pack of crutches when you buy a whole bag of noodles? That's got to be a lot fucking cheaper.
I was just at this store 2 days ago looking at rigatonis and stuff like that. It was like $2.99 for a big, huge bag of them from Walmart. Like, you might be on to something there, Dave.
Yeah. Cheers, Ice.
Yeah, you got to give it a try, man. But that is the thing. I have never been able to roll one in. I have to push it in. I get everything set to the size, roll.
That's what I do too. Too. So I will, I kind of keep my finger in the end of the paper, like I'm holding it, like this, and I put my finger according to how big I think I'm going to want the crutch. So I leave a little bit of space, and then so Bry Guy said it. I keep a couple little skewers, little pokers. This one's for the fucking fat end, and this one's for the skinny end. And then some scissors. So I'll roll my joint, and then I hold it up to the fucking whatever paper I'm going to use, so I can measure how long to cut my crutch, and then cut it and roll it in that way.
Our man just asked. He asked what a crutch is. A crutch, basically the filter or whatever you stick in the end of your joint, so that shit doesn't come back into your mouth, and it kind of helps hold the structure and things like that. So
I honestly like it for the reason that you said. Cheers, Clay. Because you can smoke it right to the end of the fucking crutch.
Right to the end, man. Get it all.
No more teeny tiny little roaches. No more burning your fingertips. That kind of shit. Yeah.
Hey, everybody, is my volume better?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
I've got some of the glass tips there, Artman, too, and I like them. But the problem with the glass tips is you got to roll it to that specific size every time to get the glass tip in. Actually, I have the... Where are they? Oh, they're not in here. Oh, yeah, it is. I got the social smoker things they put out with COVID, the magnetized glass tips.
Okay.
You roll one half of it into the joint, and then each person gets their own mouthpiece, and it comes apart. So you can... I'll grab it in a second and show you. You're loud as fuck like normal. That's funny.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so fuck you, man. You motherfucker said I was quiet before. Now you get loud. I only have 2 years.
What's everybody rolling up this morning?
For what you wish for.
Black Forest.
Get it.
Black Forest. What about you, Caribou?
Yeah. I'm
dabs.
I'm got to go to work. I got to go to work,
Right.
so I'm definitely not dabbing on any Waldo. I have no idea what the fuck Waldo is. It's just it was some chatter that I found that native dispensary. I should actually research the strain and figure it out. Oh, go fluff.
That's almost a cone. It's almost a little tapered. Still on the super boof. So I've had a conversation. Me and Jugro talked about this once. He felt like there's something about smoking a joint without a crutch or without a tip that he says he thinks you get more effect. He thinks you get higher from a joint with no thing, and that's probably totally fucking. That's probably just in his head. But
I feel like that's definitely one of in your head things because I
right?
used to. I mean, for concert wise, just to get through line, we used to fucking pack whole packs of Marlboros, empty them bitches out, pack them up, filters and all. Right? We wanted it to look like a fucking cigarette, and I promise you, even through a cigarette filter, you will get high as fuck.
Yeah.
I feel like what he's actually if he smokes a lot of weed, then you're getting edibles in there as well. I think that's what that is.
Getting a little bit of that goo in your mouth.
Well, like some
Yeah.
weed that comes out at the end, right? What do you instead of just fucking swallow that, right? By the time you smoked 4 or 5 joints, you've had
See,
about a gram
here
of
we go.
edibles.
Yes, that's true. I had a friend say that as well. That's to do with the amount of smoke to air ratio. Interesting.
I'm gonna need to see a scientific white paper on this matter.
We're gonna
We're
have to
gonna
do
need
some
papers for this
research.
one.
Yeah.
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 I'll tell you what, you get the clipboard and I'll start smoking and we'll get it figured out.
Well, it's like back in high school, I used to hear that like you get higher if you get like 30% higher if you have a cigarette after you smoke a joint. All right, well, who the fuck came up with that number?
I don't know, but that used to be, people are into their morning smoke or their bedtime smoke. That was the hardest one for me to give up when I quit, was that after joint smoke, because it felt like it was finishing off and adding to the effect for me.
Oh man, it was the car smokes for me. That was the worst.
For me, it was drinking and smoking. I didn't smoke weed at the time that I quit smoking, so it was easy not to have the after joint. But
Jason,
it's true. That's true.
It's very true. Very true.
Now, there's about like 4 or 5 different things that you can apply that statement to, and I really hope he's talking about cannabis.
Now, hold on here though. I was just thinking about this smoke to air ratio thing. The crutch doesn't change that in any way, shape, or form. A hole in your joint would change that. You're not.
Yeah.
It doesn't change the amount coming through there because you still have to pull the air all the way through the joint through that crutch, and as long as everything is sealed, like if you had an extra light cigarette or a light cigarette, right? They perforate the filter so that you get more air in there and less of the smoke, and that's why. So it's perforated right at that filter, but a crutch isn't perforated, and neither is your paper.
Mm-hmm.
So there would be no actual change in the from a joint to a joint with a crutch. There is no change in the smoke to air ratio. Sorry, it took me a minute to think of that one there for a second, but I was just sitting down here looking like, what are the dynamics of my joint and the airflow when I put shit in there? I was like, that ain't gonna change shit. But now, personally, hey man, when you guys are talking papers for me, these are my absolute favorites.
The elements.
The element artisanals or artisano, and they're just so thin. I mean, I swear you could probably roll just a paper up, light the thing, and not taste it. While you're smoking just paper. That's how much they don't add fucking flavor. I feel my jam.
Well, look at you, highfalutin ass with your
Fucking right.
papers.
I smoke like fucking 6 joints in a fucking year, man. All right, I can afford the fucking highfalutin paper. All right.
That's funny.
Fair enough, I guess. Yeah. Fuck, I don't want to go to work
Cheers,
today.
Sheldon. Cheers, doctor.
We're just finishing up. Like this contract was supposed to be about a 20-day job, and today is day 9, and we're kind of at the point where we can be done by 10 o'clock if we want, but we need to stretch the day out so we can get paid for tomorrow too. And go home tomorrow and finish the day off, kind of thing. But this has honestly been one of the best contracts I've ever been a part of. It has just been fucking great. Me and 2 other good guys hanging out in the bush, just falling hazard trees. Fucking just like,
oh, nice.
Yeah, man, it's been a riot. But I'm tired. I'm very, very tired.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's always the worst when you got that fucking sweet ass job. The boys are kicking ass. Everything's just humping along. But by the end of that thing, boy, you are just whooped. You're like, holy hell.
Yeah, our CUA, her certified utility arborist that we're working with. He used to work and live up in our area when I first started on with this company, but then he actually quit to become a helicopter pilot. And he, like, you think I live north, he lives about like a 3 days drive north of me. And
oh shit.
He's up in the Yellowknife area, flying up there. But in the winters, he comes back and works for us again. But he's in the Kelowna area, so it's about 5-6 hour drive. So there's no reason for him. It doesn't make sense for him to come up here for a 5-day shift if you're going to spend day 1 and day 5 driving. So they,
right,
it's work 10-day shifts. So it's this is where you notice the age starts to come through, because the 10-day shifts wear on you, and we're not working as hard as we typically would because we're doing more falling, which is amazing. But it's not having those regular days of rest off that you're used to. It does takes its toll on a aging man.
Right.
I'm not old yet, so fuck y'all. Getting there though.
Yeah, not old yet, but you're getting there in a fucking hurry.
Yeah.
Right along with the rest of us.
So
I got to go get my other fucking. So I'm a very minimalist. Yeah, Colton said rolling tray accessories earlier, and I didn't have my mic on, I realized. But right, I'm very minimalist. My tray looks a lot like his right there. It's a grinder. It's a pack of papers. That's what's on my rolling tray. Sometimes some form of little pokey stick. I like those King Palm sticks. Now I got this fucking King Palm sticks are sweet to.
That's what one of mine is. Yeah, that's what I.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had no intention originally of joining the show earlier, because typically I've been at work by the time we start. So this isn't preloaded or anything for your guys' benefit. This is what is on my rolling tray typically. Maybe not typically, but at the moment. So that works. So you got this right here. That's some shatter. I don't want to open that up because I'll make a mess, because I've got the dabber going. A ripped rolling paper for when I was trying to roll it. Fuck, I ripped it. That's you've got 5 papers left warning on a pack of OCBs. You got roaches out here from when I'm running outside, and then stems just kind of kicked over into the corner. All that shit will just get dumped in the garbage when I pack up and leave. And of course, OCB premiums. Yeah.
So, yep, stems always make it into my ashtray. That's usually, well, I guess you don't call this an ashtray. What do you? My ABV tray. Already been baked.
This is what I like the organic hemp OCBs. That's my typical. Unfortunately, they're all out. So it's the OCB shorties this morning. But those the OCB, the organic hemp ones are my go-to. I do also like, there's Zigzag has it's a silver pack with orange on it. They're the ultra thins. Those would be my next favorite because of how thin they are. Okay, so now what I normally do is I take my joint. You can see the empty spot at the end. That's where I'm going to put my crutch. So I'll just take whatever I'm going to use and kind of measure it up to that. Snip it off. And then I always take my little poker and roll my filter around it, kind of pre-roll it so it fits nicely. It's nice and smooth. And then into the fucking, just like that, ready to smoke.
Forgot one other essential joint piece of equipment: joint holder. The
There you go. Yeah.
the old zigzag box. Somebody
Yeah.
mentioned
Nice.
zigzag earlier.
Nice.
You got to get the old holder in it, and it holds a clipper quite well with a few joints in there. So
Oh, perfect. That's sweet.
right, and if you pay attention, because these boxes are designed to hold hundreds and regulars, so as long as you flip it
Mm-hmm.
the right way, you either get the short box or the tall box, so you won't even squish your joints.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
yeah,
Nice.
man, zigzag thought of it all for them smokers.
Uh, Noob, if I roll a joint with a big fat open crutch, like if it's a big wide like the end of a cigarette, I find they're harsher, and that's probably got to do with that fucking air to smoke ratio that came up earlier. So that's part of why I like cones is I like to roll a cone and get the big fat end, so you can get more in there, and then I like to taper it kind of not as small as I can, but I do like my tip to be to a bit smaller because I find the narrower the opening, the less harsh it is with the joints. Just please don't get the Boston baptism. I used to do that with all my joints. I would fucking put the whole joint in my mouth till it was basically soaked and then pull it out and fucking heat it up with the lighter and shrink the paper around it and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, so I can't adjust camera angles and shit like you, but I mean, basically, it's paper. You grab your box and you use that as a scoop because it's the right size of your paper, so you get her all scooped up. You know, you're all over the computer now. Yeah. So you get your joints all or your weed all up in your paper. You dump it in there, and then you're basically good to go from that point. Right? Get much in on there, and then this is the hard part: is getting my fingers to do the the important stuff, which is getting the joint in position. So once you got it all in there, it's usually kind of packed. So I'll pack her kind of flat, you know, across the top like that there.
Yeah.
And then I just give her. I just kind of go down here and just push it down to where the top flap gets in. You know, it'll get under the glue strip. Once I can do that, I pinch it down towards the middle and get the sides in, and then give it like a half a twist, and then all you got to do is lick it. And fuck, I can't do it looking at the computer like that. Shit. But you know, basically, once you got that half in there, you just give it a half twist, lick it, and you're done. So let me
So
clean
here's
like
how
the
I
computer now.
started rolling. Here's how I started rolling cones, is doing the exact same thing you're doing, but you shape the cone like as you're kind of flattening out your weed in the paper. I just take the weed that's at the tip and kind of try to move more of it. Like I make the shape of the cone with the weed before I even start rolling the paper, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. That's I was trying to. I think it was over COVID, or no, it was over the big storm that we had 2 years back. Um, when we lost power, I was teaching my wife how to roll joints,
Yeah.
and she didn't like my technique. It wasn't working for her. Fingers weren't working as well. None of that stuff, right? So we just started looking up videos on how other people do it, and we found like the raw one where he was just kind of one-handed rolling a cone around a crutch,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, like my wife just like instantly was like, "Boom, that was easy." Like, look, boom, pow, pow. And I was like, "All right, well, apparently that's the way to fucking do it," you know. So so yeah, she does that, and then she'll get the cone made up and then just pack. You know, I've seen,
Okay, so
I've
she pre-rolls the cone and
yep,
then packs it. Oh, okay,
yep,
interesting.
yep.
All right,
That's
fellas,
so that's how.
got to bounce. I'm out of here, off to work. I will talk to you tonight, I guess.
Yeah,
All
have a
right,
good one, man. Thanks for jumping
Will
in.
do. Have a great day,
stay
guys.
safe, brother. We'll see you soon. All right, let's get this filled and make a fucking joint this time.
There's a nice fucking seed. Another seed.
Yeah, that's the problem. I guess I never used to realize how much feeling I used to actually roll these things, because now that my hands don't like have the feelings, I can't really tell what's happening when it's moving and shifting
Yeah.
all around in my hand.
Yeah. Or sometimes if I get a fucking, if I have a cut on my finger or something, I have a band-aid on my finger, it's like, oh, well, I'm not going to be rolling for today. So I can't fucking, just
All right,
changes
I
the
got
whole
this
feel
one
of it.
loaded up. Yeah. So typically, it only takes me about fucking. It used to only take me about 15 seconds to get a proper joint roll done, fucking licked, ready to smoke. No bullshit. Now it's probably more in like the 2 minute mark by the time I, pack the ends, make sure that you can get no weed in your mouth, and
Yeah.
just don't do it as
But
well anymore. So,
as far as like going from ground weed to rolled in a paper, maybe not finished, you still under a minute? Could you do it?
oh yeah, yeah. Here, let's see. Fucking time it right now. Paper, clean up my
All right.
area here.
You get it ready. I got a stopwatch. Get the stopwatch on.
I should be able to do this in under a minute.
I should too, except this shit is fucking sticky. Thunder Dan, man, my Hawaiian by Black Widow is sticky. I know you're not here yet, but if you're watching later, this shit is sticky, icky.
All right, let's see. Here we go. All right, I'm ready to go. Let's give it a
All right,
run.
you tell
Ready?
me when. Yeah.
Go.
Okay.
Just putting the weed in right now. So
Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it
I
up.
know, right? Now I'm thinking about trying to get it fast, so it's going to be all jacked up.
Right.
There, done.
Ooh, 28 seconds. Nice.
So
Very good.
yeah, I'll fucking smoke that all day right there.
Hell yeah.
Oh yes. Speaking
Oh
of
shit,
finding
keepers.
keepers, if no one saw, I saw that this morning. Also, take a little moment of silence, roll one up, smoke one, hit a dab right now for Skunk Man Sam.
Oh yeah,
He
we'll
passed
be
away this morning.
fuck this. We get a dab frog for that, and yeah, like Fluff said, go smoke one later for Skunk Man. I'll be smoking a few for him today for sure.
So yeah, that is definitely a loss to a legend of this community. So
Absolutely, yeah. My daughter she came in for a hug, and as she's walking out, she says, "Dad." So I turn back around, and she says, "That frog looked depressed." That frog is the opposite of depressed.
he's very not depressed.
Yeah,
That man is doing good.
yeah.
Yep, Emmett. Nope, nope, Hooley. So yeah, I saw that on Todd McCormick's post there this morning.
Oh, shit, that sucks. You know what? I might even pop my. I've got a Skunkman Sam Cross, my Skunk Wreck, which is Train Wreck. Skunk #1 by Arcata Train Wreck. And that's the first seeds I ever bought. So I might actually pull some of those out and pop them later today in honor. That's funny, Clay. Sorry, we suck. Make sure there's no seeds in there. Oh shit, keepers. I'm gonna have to go back and check that out and watch some of that. That'll be good. All right, let's get another one. Roll them up.
Right?
Just keep rolling.
Just keep rolling. Just
You
keep
ever
rolling.
you ever take the papers, like take two papers and you do that? We used to call them an L shape, where you kind of glue them together like that. You
Uh-uh.
make a cone out of it. Let's
Negative, Ghost Rider. Never seen that.
see if I can do it. I tried one the other night and I fucked it up. So you take your paper and you lick the half of the back paper and glue it there, so it's like so. Then you try to kind of roll it as normal. I like to crease it just because it helps it roll better that way. All right, now we'll see if we can do this. Now I'm not gonna be able to do it and look like an idiot after I bring it up, but
It happens, man. There. So I was gonna show, right? So these are the style of joints I normally roll, right? Pretty normal, straight, easy. I do fairly well still. And there's my wife does nice cone. That's how she's packing and rolling now. She is doing amazing. Uh, it's pretty awesome. Uh, you know what though? I did like at Booth Fest this year we had Kingfisher teaching uh a wayward soul, a no joint rolling some bitch, teaching him how to do some rolling, and I really liked his approach. He was laying it down on a table and kind of rolling it, using the table as your kind of third hand, and
okay.
it seemed I need to try it more. Trying not to fuck up the show by wiping my keyboard off. Um, but I got to try it a little more just because it's so foreign to me because of years and years and years of just doing it the way I do it. Uh, different hands technique is just odd, but I see how it works super well. Yeah, basically the same blunt technique is trying to get your blunts rolled. You just kind of use your big papers on your whatever on the table.
Yeah.
But then again, I always roll blunts, freehand in the air too. I don't know. I've always had to just have it in my hands off the table. It's kind of always been my thing.
Okay, so this one you can see when you're doing this, you worry more about just rolling your first paper. You can kind of see like I've got it rolled like a normal one. So then I'm gonna lick and get this side started down. Maybe. Okay, so there, I got that. Okay, so that side's down. Okay, so then with this little flappy that you got left over here, you just lick that and glue that, and then you just kind of roll it around like so, and it gives you this nice big cone.
Nice.
I think the other one I've heard it called is like the Pope's hat because at the end it makes this little fucking little like Pope's shaped hat kind of thing. But it just like widens out the end a lot, so you can really pack a bunch in there. So if you ever only have small papers but you want to roll a big fat joint, you can do it that way. And then I also the perk of doing it this way, like I've taken two papers and glued them together or whatever, you know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
you still got to take a third paper and take the glue strip off. This way it's totally sealed. I don't need another glue strip.
Gotcha.
So I'll get the last of this bits in there.
While you're explaining that, I rolled another.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I honestly used to back in the day when it smoked. That was kind of my thing because I could just sit down in front of TV and just whip them out, man, just
Yeah.
like a rolling machine. And I enjoyed it, the process. It was nice. Kind of kept my hand and mind busy at the time of, you know, rather than just staring at something, you know. So
Jerking it. Yeah.
yeah, there you go. Oh, that's it, man.
I gotta make a long. I gotta make a big crutch for that one. We'll go to there, and we'll go to there. Boom. So you ever roll? Do you ever do some infused joints?
I have not. That's kind of one of those. I just feel like it's more hassle than it's worth most of the time. Like the joint never seems to burn well. You know, you run in and it's I don't. So no. I will sprinkle keef in the middle and
Yeah.
roll it in
Yeah.
and around, but not like I won't do like a snake in the hole, a snake in the grass or anything like that.
Cheers, Shane.
Yeah,
Okay.
see,
Yeah.
right there, Clay, grow better fucking weed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've always said that, but I also get that, right? As much as we smoke, I don't care how good your weed is. Eventually, you just get used to your weed. So
Yeah.
something needs to fucking punch it up a little bit,
Have lots of variety. Grow better, or lots of variety.
right?
Here, I'll show this. I showed this when Caribou was still here, but this is the social smoker. They called it. So this is your mouthpiece. It's got kind of the squished end on it. And then this is the piece that goes, you can either roll one and put it inside the mouthpiece, or you can roll a fatty around it, and then they just click together, snap on, snap off. So yeah, it was
Nice.
cool. You know, I got all excited about it during COVID and shit because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna smoke with my buddies and no one's gonna fucking give a shit. But then I realized I don't have people that I smoke with that often, so these were just kind of a fucking waste of $60. But it comes with a set. There's 3 full sets, and then there's extra mouthpieces, and so if the day ever comes I need to use it, then there we go, I got it.
There you
go. I don't yeah, exactly, Shane. I don't roll very many snakes in the grass. I used to do that a lot with like regular hash. If I had some regular hash, sometimes now I will make a greaser. But when I do that, actually, you know what? Fuck it, we'll roll one up here. We got time. I'll roll a greaser. I would just usually grease up the paper instead of trying to add hash to the middle.
All right, so here's one. When you're rolling, this is one that I always find interesting because of the noise. They can be heady. Now hold on, man. If you put your magnets in the right piece, if you made those super slick ass glass things that snap back and forth, they would be heady. It's just that the glass isn't all fucking done up.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was gonna ask and see. So like when you're rolling, I'm trying to get as little. Fuck, you can barely see it, right? Because elements love it. The glue overlap, right? I
Yeah.
have the glue strip. That's it. This is rolled to the point where it's only the glue strip going over. I want as little.
It's full.
Yeah,
Full.
exactly. She full. And I find that to be very important, especially being the connoisseur, is you don't want that paper taste. That's
Right.
why I don't fucking use tops anymore, because I would love a thick ass paper that, like a newspaper you could roll this shit in, because you know how easy it is, but it tastes like hell. So
Yeah.
when you roll, a smaller, if you roll a smaller, typically I just, whatever fits in the paper goes in the paper for me. But if you're rolling a smaller one or something, do you take the paper off, or like do like the rolly backwards tech to where you got like the fin and you could burn off the excess?
I've done that, but I've also fucking burnt up my joint fucking doing that. Like, if you do that and you have a little bit of an air bubble in there, it'll burn the air bubble too. So I have done that. I've done it successfully a few times. I've done it not successfully a few times. So I don't do that one very often. The inside out tech.
Yeah. Yeah, I never, literally have never. I've seen it and I was like, ah, that's cute. Like, that'd be a cool,
Yeah.
that'd be a cool little fucking party trick. But like I said, I mean, if I'm smoking a joint, and especially nowadays, but even before, when weed was scarce or I was only growing during the outdoor season, things like that, um, I still just rolled a joint the size of the paper. If I put it out, I put it out, carry it around. Right? I didn't discriminate so much with the size of it. I wasn't going to try to make it smaller to finish it and fucking be out.
Yeah.
So what did you ever do things like that? Like,
I did. Yeah, I did here and there, just a little bit. But honestly, then I just stopped kind of caring as much. You start smoking enough joints, it's kind of, I don't know. Some of the small things seem like they don't really matter when you can just smoke a lot. All the same codes as a roll of blunt in flour, in bubble, inside with rosin. Oh, coat the outside. See, I don't actually. I can't say this because I fucking covered one in rosin on the outside yesterday, but it's because I had a bunch of rosin. I was stirring up all my rosin that we pressed just last week, and so I had a whole bunch left on my poker. So I did. I rubbed it around on the outside of a joint that I already had rolled. But to me, putting it on the outside is just such a waste. Like, I watched so much of it burn up on the outside of my paper last night. That I prefer to put the concentrates on the inside. So that's what I'm going to do right now. We're going to go with a little pineapple sorbet rosin, just here. This stuff's bubbly. And yes, I did get some fucking leaf. I got a couple leaf flakes in there, you can see, on accident. But this stuff's gooey. You can put this in the fridge and it still doesn't get hard at all. It's ooey gooey. So this one's easy to spread on a paper, which is why I really like this pineapple sorbet rosin. Put some right there. And I just paint the whole fucking paper. Well, I don't paint the whole paper, I should say. I actually will, because I roll cones every time. So I will actually spread my rosin in the shape of the cone, kind of. So skinnier at this end, and then widen it out at the other end. This way can be tricky to fucking roll them up, though. It can be messy.
One thing I did kind of learn after years of the rolling, the joints, the cigarettes, I found if you kind of start them pregnant in the middle, you work that middle, as long as you don't push too hard. That's always been my issue, and I've always had hand issues. As being the kind of work I did, things like that, I'm always just trying to fucking hold things too tight or roll too. Just it is what it is, right? But I've always ended up being the issue would be what I would roll it too tight.
Yeah.
And but I did learn with the middle technique. You start a little and you work it out. You get less of that shit just spilling out of the end of it as you're trying to roll it. All right, so you're filling the end. You're filling the ends a little bit easier by pushing the middle out, if that makes sense. But yeah, like I said, it takes kind of a an interesting, not delicate, but just a touch, so that you don't get that middle so tight that
Yeah.
you pack it down.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's another tip for anyone that's maybe not as proficient at rolling. And I've taught this to my wife and to one of my buddies too, is I will grind up a bunch of weed and I will put way more than I need in the paper to start. And then, like you said, you just kind of gently roll it until it almost rolls itself into the shape that it wants to be. And I found that I got much better at rolling once I started doing that a bit. And then I could kind of judge how much to put in after that. But when I started
Yeah,
trying to roll consistent joints, I would just overfill the paper and then just slowly, you just kind of work it very gently until you've got enough of the weed has fallen out that you can actually roll the joint up, paint a stripe on the joints. Yeah, so my time in the 70s. The problem with rolling or painting a stripe down it is it wants to burn down that one stripe.
there we go, a little pinner for everybody.
A
But
little
see, that's
pinner.
that's what I hate. Fucking, you can see that huge fold over right there, where you just, now it looks like a fucking raw paper, right? It's raw paper,
Yeah,
element paper, raw paper, element paper.
that's funny. Me and my buddies used to sit when we'd get done. We worked at a golf course in the summertime, and as soon as we were done, we'd go to the car, and we'd have a big bag of weed that we share, and we'd grind up a shitload, and we each try to roll the fattest one paper joint we could, and then we'd roll the smallest one paper joint we could just for fun with the crumbs.
Right, Jeffro? I hate that shit, but I wasn't gonna grind anymore to put it in. That's gonna be after I have three more joints and you can't taste fucking things anyway because all you're tasting is the smoke. That'd be when I smoke that one.
All right, we'll see
Uh,
if I can do
I've
this
never
one.
had a great palate for getting the fineries out of the weed while smoking, unless it is exceptional smoking weed, and I mean fucking exceptional. Um, I had the Boogeyman a few years back from Sin City, and that was one of the ones. Lemony almost always seems to translate. I can always get a little bit of lemon out of the weed, even smoking it, things like that. But some of the other ones, like I said, that Boogeyman, it was blueberry, and it tasted like your mouth felt like tasted like blueberries, not real blueberries, but like fake Captain Crunch Blueberry, or not Captain Crunch,
Mhm.
but the old Blueberry
The
cereal.
blueberry, yeah.
Yep, I talked about it years ago, and but that one was one that just absolute. When you smoked it, it left that taste in your mouth. It was exceptional smoking weed. Those are the things. Um, but even some of the really good weed I've had, it just wasn't exceptional smoking, in my opinion. So. Uh, and I'm not looking for exceptional smoking weed. I'm looking for exceptional vaping weed. That's what I do around here. But when it smokes good, that definitely fucking helps.
Yeah, yeah. That's one that I've always found interesting, and I used to have one of my medical producers used to have a little thing on their website that showed you the best consumption method, whether it was vaping or joints or bongs or pipes or anything. And I actually really missed that because, like you said, there's a lot. I've had a lot of great weed that sucked in a joint. Just sucks.
Hmm.
But it's great in a fucking bong, or it's great in the vape, or.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly it. While I want to find the best all around, I've had really good luck with the Black Forest, right? That's why I started with it. But it was one, when I grow it well, I taste slight notes. in the joint. It's not fucking bang out in my face like when I vape it. Because it does vape exceptionally well. With vapes for a long time, you get multiple terpy hits out of it, things like that. That translates a little bit into the joint, and I mean a little bit, right? So, like I said, but my preferred consumption method is what it is, right? I'm fucking vaping. So, but yeah, I definitely I love it when it does translate well, and I don't find it to be a common thing. Uh, you know, I enjoy the taste of a joint. I enjoy the taste of that standard stock burnt cannabis yumminess.
Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
it is exceptionally tasty, it's a whole nother level.
Yeah. I really like when you smoke a good joint and you get that. It's almost like that hashy aftertaste for a while in your mouth. That's one of my favorites. That's when I know I got a good one. A good joint smoker is when you look at that. That thing's fucking greased.
Yeah.
You can see a normal joint versus the greased. That'll be fun for my meeting later, for my work meeting.
Little opacity to that one.
Yeah, I made the paper. Made the paper a little bit thin, a little see-through. All right, here.
Now I will tell you, like when it comes down time to like fucking hashing in a joint, I fucking prefer to shit. Oh, pardon me. I prefer to roll out my hash into a nice flat, hold itself together, and roll that shit around the toothpick. Pull the toothpick out, and then just smoke a hash rolly.
Okay, interesting.
Yep. So like your dry sip stuff like that is really good for that, right? You take and you start like you're making a temple bowl. So you get that roll out, you get that nice warm bottle, and you roll it flat like you're making some dough or something. And I will actually consolidate it about 3 times. It's been a minute since I've done it, but I usually consolidate it back about 3 times. So I roll it and consolidate 3 times, and then it's usually a pretty nice, even, almost looks like a dough at that point. Real thin, nice yellow fucking dough, and then or brownish yellow, keef dough.
Yeah, depends on your keef. Yeah.
Yeah. So then I get whatever size, if I rolled a lot, which I don't, I bamboo skewers are usually what they end up going around because a little bit bigger around in the hole, so and I can roll it a little longer. So I usually just use that, and I'll roll it around there, get her tight, and then off you go. Now I do need to see. I'm going to try the next time I roll one. My son, way back when, bought some glass crutches or some glass tips, and I want to try to push that hash roll in one of those glass tips to use, just because you're putting your lips all over your fucking hash while you're smoking it.
Yeah. I tried that with one of these social smoker things. I rolled up a hash. What do they call them? The hash joint or whatever, where you make a thin sheet and then you roll it into a fucking. It just looks like an empty paper, like an empty cone. And I tried to do that with these, but I was using good hash, and it just fucking melted and was not. It was not very nice.
You're using the shit that, like, as you lit it, it was just dropping off on you.
Yeah, the same shit that doesn't smoke in the Happle either. Yeah.
Get damn good hash. What the fuck?
Yeah, just wasting it.
I found that definitely if you age out some dry sift a little bit, it turns into the hash you can smoke.
Yeah.
So, bubble would probably actually roll out pretty nice if you rolled out some bubble hash the same way as you would the Keith. It would probably work out pretty nice to make one of those.
Cheers, Green Fingers. Good morning. All right, so now when we're lighting our joints, how's everybody lighting it? How do you light your joint, Fluff?
Oh man, fucking, I'll get all the hate. I don't care. With a flame. That's it. Just with a fucking flame.
But I mean,
I
like you put the thing in your mouth, you light it, and fucking just draw on it,
It depends.
or do
It
you?
depends on what kind of lighter I have. So, right. So this is the problem, right? So I have, the electric plasma lighter. So yes, I will put it in my mouth because it's kind of hard to light it with a plasma lighter without
Yeah,
drawing
that
some
one.
air through it.
Okay, yeah, that one.
Uh, One of those, cool. Draw it through that way. If I have a torch, right, a mini torch, um, if I have that mini torch, I do it just like you're doing, right? I don't want to suck anything in. I just kind of torch it real nice and hot like a cigar. Any other flame like that, I just draw through with the flame, with the Bic, things like that, or even my Zippo, which that's where I'm going to get the hate was the Zippo, because I don't mind. And yeah, it's joint in the mouth, Zippo, boop boop, fucking lighter up, let's go. But I definitely take a few of the precursory dry hits out of it before I
Yeah,
light it because I have to get those terps.
yeah. Yeah, same uppers. That's how it puts puts it in.
What? J5, what was there some half-ass hits going around here? I don't fuck. Yeah, load it up. Apparently I'm not hitting this thing well enough. Hold on. I don't like
Yeah.
to just
See, Shane says the Zippo's fine with a joint or blunt. It's not like smoking a bowl, not like smoking a bong bowl with it or something.
hey, much like I said, I'll get the hate. I don't fucking discriminate. If it lights it, I'm fucking smart. Now, none of that stuff passes on enough flavor for me to fucking the Zippo does for like what, maybe a second. Once you got that bowl rolling, you ain't fucking tasting that shit no more. Um, so, but right, I even said I have pipe Zippos that are made to light pipes. So, like I said, it's what it is. Don't discriminate. I Do I have a favorite way? I mean, probably the plasma lighter because it's fucking cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And honestly, when it comes to you don't taste a goddamn thing, that's the one right there.
Yeah, for
You,
sure. Yeah.
uh,
That's what we used to use when we were on the ski hill is those ones, and then the little we had the I had a buddy that had the plasma one, and then another buddy had like it was like the coil that would heat up. It was like the cigarette lighter for a car almost, but it was a little fucking electric thing. You push a button and it's got a hole in it. So you just put the end of the joint in the hole and puff on it and spark it that way.
right? Double J, this became a thing when they allowed normal people to smoke weed and people got fucking pretentious about it. When the weekend smokers started being like, "Ew, I can do this with a flame that's 100 degrees. Let fuck off. Just light the goddamn joint and pass the thing, please." That's where I'm at. That's because I'm old school. I'm grumpy. Fuck it.
I just
Right,
remember so many times like pulling on a bong or a pipe with the Bic, fucking just basically sucking just flame, trying to get resin hits.
Bro, I was
like
trying to get the flame down to the water. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no fucking worries there. Hey, the water will take the fucking gas right out, right? That's what the water's there for. It's to filter the shit out, right? Have I seen it? Well, I mean, we had him
Alpha
on the
grease.
show, and he was talking about the alpha grease that day. The alpha and the what was it? The bison brew are the only two that interest me on that line, and Uh, they seem okay. Uh, but I regularly add alfalfa and I make my own teas and things like that. So I've never looked at buying that specific product only because I already, make an alfalfa tea for myself. So, but it does look like, I like the product. Those two that he had, I like them. I saw the other random shit and him saying like spraying the alcohol on the weed doesn't affect nothing. That part still gets me. But what I did see is he said that Mammoth P is no more. Has anybody seen that?
I'm not.
Yeah, he said the alpha, or
Cheers,
maybe I
Rosie.
read that wrong. Maybe I'm gonna have to go back and read that post better. But yeah, honestly, if you guys don't know about his product, he honestly did a really great interview with us. He stands behind his product. He's well spoken. He told us everything we needed to know, and he got a lot of crap from our audience. So we put that dude through the ringer, and he's still standing by, hustling and showing
Cheers,
results
Johnny.
from his product. So more power to that dude, man. He's doing it. Maybe we should get him back again for a fucking retrial. He might fucking hate us by now. Best thing to light a bowl with is a solder torch.
Solder torch.
I've seen that too, man. I mean, that's basically what you're fucking. I mean, let's hot knife the shit. Let's just keep going with it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Hot.
As I say, you fucking get her done. If you gotta do what you gotta do to get it done. Here,
Oh,
we
man,
haven't had enough dab frogs yet. We're gonna have another dab frog.
right? Get on this shit. Disappearing act.
Yeah. Frost magic disappearing cloud. I haven't gone that far kingfish, but I've thought about getting one of those glass wands for bong hits and stuff, but then you're just adding another step. You might as well have a fucking dab. You got to heat up glass. You might as well have a dab.
Well, and really, how hot does it have to
Cheers,
be?
Sam.
Because it has to be red hot. If the glass has to be red hot, right? Anything that
Yeah.
is to the point where it's holding heat, you're gassing off, you're separating, you're molecularly changing it at that point, and doing that for a long time, just sticking it on the weed. I don't know how good of an idea that is. It's the same
Right.
thing when I see people fucking torching titanium bangers and shit. And you get those fucking things glowing. Like that's just a horrible fucking idea. And then you suck in titanium oxide. I don't know what to tell you. It's just I love the fact of titanium and stainless and all those. As long as you stay within the temperature rating, keep them good. As long as you keep it healthy, you're good. But yeah, once you start just fucking let it rip. When it's red, that means go. That's not good. That's never good, man. I don't even know if I can pass wrenches out anymore. I think I used to be able to, and then someday you can't anymore.
Oh, I don't even know how to do it from here. Yeah, we'd have to actually go into the YouTube backend.
Oh boy, what's Noob doing over
Yeah.
here? That one.
Hey, I've
I
seen
remember.
those wilderness survival clips. All you need is a sandwich baggie and some water, and you got a magnifying glass.
Yeah,
Fire
that's
starter.
right. That's right. And there's enough plastic floating around this world. You shouldn't go too far without finding the plastic baggie.
All right. Well, we got any last minute joint
Ooh,
tips
well,
or
shit, man.
tricks or pieces?
You know, I all right, to all the text. I'm never looking at this shit. Am I like fucking really loud now?
No, I don't know.
Sounds
Sounds
normal.
fine to me. Yeah.
All right. Fuck. Uh, See, I don't have any other joint fucking tips, tricks. The question, maybe I have one more. So when your hands are all dry, that's the worst. Trying to roll a paper when the paper just
Your
wants
fingers just keep slipping. Yeah.
flipping everywhere. You can't hold the paper. It's like waxed and it just wants to.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried the old fucking crumpler all up,
I used
flatten
to
it
do
back
that.
out, and roll it?
I used to do that with every joint actually for a little while when I was younger. And it was, I don't even know why someone showed me that, to be honest, but for some reason that's what I did. Like I said, for every joint for a while. Maybe I think it just made it a little bit easier for me. The paper wasn't quite as rigid and just seemed to make it a little bit easier. But I think someone told me that it made the paper smoke better or made the paper burn better or something, some bullshit like that. But that was when I was a fucking teenager still. So
Yeah. So for me, the understanding behind that was right. You make that paper was like made smooth, right? And once you crumple it up and do all that, you kind of unsmooth it, and you get those fibers broke up a little bit more, and it gets it a little grippier, so that you can kind of give it a grip. And on days where, like I said, being an industrial guy, doing what I do, right, my skin is just dry as probably dry and hard as an alligator's fucking back.
yeah,
Um, so there's definitely times where even when my hands were working better, I was like, fuck, I can't even roll the goddamn thing because the paper's like, just it's like it had carbon on it, and it just wanted to fly out of my hand. I couldn't. There was no way it would stay there.
yeah, yeah.
And so that was one of my big struggles, and I found that the old crinkle helped it out. So just wad that bitch up and flatten it back out, and then do your roll, and that has helped.
Okay, interesting. Oh, that's funny, Fat Freddy. Oh, there's people out there doing all kinds of shit. I'm sure there would be new stuff even for lots of us. One thing I think is funny, I was actually going to bring up professional joint rollers. Have you seen some of these guys on Instagram and shit?
These like artistic joint rollers.
Yeah, I think one of
Oh,
them is Tommy Greenfingers. I think is one of the guys' names. He's a professional joint roller. Fucking gets paid to roll joints for celebrities and shit like that. Like, motherfucker, how do you get that job and where the fuck do I sign up?
right. Didn't Snoop have a fucking joint roller for a long time that he
Yeah,
paid like made more than I did as a
yeah,
fucking.
oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it would definitely. I mean, I ain't gonna roll you no fucking zebra, all right? I'm not gonna roll you the Millennium Falcon, but I can roll you a perfect fucking joint. And then if I got back into it and very quickly, you and all your friends, I'll keep you motherfuckers busy.
yeah,
Uh, but right, somebody like Sniff, when we met up with him and for the Boot Fest, Kingfisher. I mean, those dudes were rolling joints for the whole crew all weekend, all day. I mean, we should pay him, right? You know what? All right, that's what our patron money's going for, right? So we all need your help because our joint rollers need to be paid, right? They're doing a
right.
great job for us. They're doing a fantastic service, and we don't have enough money to pay them. So do us a favor, hit up the fucking Patreon, donate a little so we can pay our joint rollers. Right? We're a bunch of broke motherfuckers around here,
Yeah, but we need joint rollers.
but we need joint rollers. Look, I got scars, man. I can't do it myself anymore. All right, hey, let's go fucking look at the garden here in a minute.
Yeah, let's do it. Do it. Speaking of
Do
garden
it.
stuff, I popped some seeds. So I got a bunch of little seedlings. I had some Sweet Island Pine. I'm excited to try that, which is Sweet Island Skunk by Pine Tar. What else did I pop? Oh, I popped some of this Pablo's
Pablo's
private.
Revenge.
No, Pablo's Private Reserve, which is Devil Driver by Pablo's Revenge.
Ooh.
So I popped. What did I pop? I popped 5 seeds before. Only one of them came up like easily. There was another one that kind of came up, but I fucking pulled it because it just was struggle bussing. So I popped the other 5 seeds, or I put them into soak yesterday. So we'll see how they do. I'm gonna let them kind of sit in the paper towel longer and stuff like that. Try to get them to pop their tails a little bit more, a little bit better. But I'm excited about those. Hold on, let me here.
All right, I gotta get the old safety squints in the hat. About the third time I've had to chop the bed down. So I did it just last night or this morning. I just did it this morning. Came through here, mowed a bunch of this shit down. It's getting too big. So we've got the Triangle Octane Chaos Kush stems here. Everybody's looking fucking fantastic. I just watered them real heavy before the show started. So they're a little droopy. But everybody is looking fantastic. Road's doing great. They're all femmes, so I'm gonna go through here. There's a, I don't know how a fucking tomato got in this one, but like, there's this one. It's gonna get cold. That one will get cold. This one here will get cold. These two on the end. So we'll get those in soon. But I'm trying to keep them because I know they're femmes. Just trying to keep them a little bit slowed down so I can wait for these ladies here to show me some specs, which I is not far off. So these are the Blue Thunder Bombs by Ozark. But if we get in here, camera, we can see it ain't going to be long before we see sex. We're like 3 notes, 4 notes high.
Nice.
Excellent Kingfisher. I'm hoping to really find some here, the Triangle Octane. So I'll show Iantite some of these next time we talk, and I'll see if he can kind of pick out the more Triangle Fish leaning. I'll probably get them transplanted to real soon. But everybody's looking great. I mean, you can see how happy these ladies are right here. Just getting down to business. So I'm really stoked. I'm hoping something like this here. This really reminds me of what I'm looking for. That just kind of short, fat, should be a fairly sedative smoke. We're hoping.
Nice.
But everybody looks good. You know, these taller ones, they're showing definitely a thinner leaf.
Yeah.
That's pretty much on all of the taller ones. Well, I guess this one's showing kind of more of a fatter leaf. So.
A little bit wider.
Yeah, a little bit. But I'm excited to see what this bed's going to do. I know actually most of these will probably transfer over to this bed as well. Less, we only get like 4 females, and then I'll go ahead and plug 4 into this bed, which I normally don't do. But we're going to keep everything small. I know you've heard it before. We're going to fucking do it. Gonna happen. So the veg is good. We've got Hawaiian Black Forest Yee's head of Bam and Bambi, just in veg. They'll be getting thrown into a test head soon.
Nice.
Or just a flower out. And then that's taken to keep them moving along. So the Black Forest might not make it right away. You know, it's a little bit slower grower than the Bam, especially Bambi. He is just a fucking grower, man. So, but
yeah,
I'm real happy with the way everything's looking. We got a little bit of general predator maintenance that will happen soon. It's warming up just a little bit. We're not in the crazy frigid temperatures, so it'll be okay to order a small round of bugs. So this will be the last time I ever try nematodes, because they just don't seem to be doing the job they need to do or effective enough for me. But I'm gonna go through the Arbico catalog, and I'm gonna see what I haven't added, what I might have missed. I know I haven't found a lace wing around in a while. I usually lose them about halfway through flower. They kind of just peace out, die off, or they just don't like what's going on. I'm not sure, but I know I need to add some of those, get them back in. When the garden is in this stage, I have a tendency to be able to keep them around until flower. So I only need one nice inoculation of them in the garden. I think I was going to look into getting maybe some pirate bugs, and maybe throw a couple of assassin bugs in here. I know they can get to be kind of little assholes, and usually I find them outside and throw a couple in. But I haven't seen any running around in a while. So, but anyway, like I said, I'm going to go through our Arbico catalog and see what I may need to add, after I do a small bug inspection. Things like my rove beetles, I'll never need to add them again. Most of my mite species all stay down in here through the resets, pop back up. So my mites are generally good. So yeah, it's just a matter of figuring out just a couple other, like it's always said, getting that balance of the fight so that they do their thing, keep everything.
nice.
But as you can see, I mean, there's not really any pressure.
Yeah, they're looking good.
Yeah, even in my cover crop, come down here, everything's real beautiful.
Yeah.
There's a plant here or there, like one leaf here or there. There's a little bug pressure on that guy right there. Right. So that's what I judge the thing off of. There's something there, so the balance is just a hair off. I said I'll do the inspection. I'll come through here. We'll try to find every bug that we can set up. We'll trap. We'll get down there. We'll see what's crawling around and what I need to add.
Nice. It's looking beauty in there. Excuse me 1 sec, guys. I just gotta blow my nose. There. Sorry, try not to play trumpet on camera. You're muted, fucker. Oh, my ears are popping. So when we were coming out of the mountains on the weekend, my wife and I both for like an hour and a half were just like our ears are just plugging and then popping and plugging and then popping. It was brutal. There, you're still muted.
I I know that
man.
was me. That was me sitting here trying to not end the show on my phone while leaving the fuck out of here.
When I do that, I just like shut my screen off on my phone and put it down and wait till the show's over. Because I
I
fucking
get
do
that.
it. Yeah, laid back dad. It's sweet to see those pictures. I saw some pictures you posted, Raider, in I think it was in the voice chat. Some pictures of the restaurant. It's looking sweet, man. It's gonna be awesome.
Raider spot. Hell
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
yeah, fuck yeah,
He's got the little marquee in storefront now, and it looks nice, dude.
yeah,
Like real nice.
yeah. Looks rad.
I can't wait. I mean, that is an excuse. I love Colorado and just the area out there. That's an excuse for me and the wife to get the hell out there and go
Yeah,
see my friend. So
yeah, yeah. We were saying our next trip to Utah is gonna be in the summertime. Now that I let my wife and kids experience it in the winter, we're gonna go back down in the summer sometime, and we'll definitely make a rip out there. It'll be a couple days to drive out there and come back to Utah, but we'll make it worth it for sure because I definitely want to go out there and see Raider. That'd be awesome.
yes, sir. Yeah, Raider's one of them few fucking rare gems, man. And I try to, I try to fucking meet up with him every time that it's possible. So,
Yeah. All right, well, let's hit up one more dab frog.
oh, one.
We got anyone coming tonight or garden talk tonight?
I have no idea.
I haven't seen anything posted, so I assume it's just.
I had actually reached out to Magpie. He had a real interesting conversation he started on IG. One of those change my mind type things, get you thinking, or have a discussion, and I like it. I have my opinion. Everybody has their opinion on it. So we'll see if he's interested in coming in tonight and shooting the shit with us. Other than that, it's probably just going to be a Tuesday night sesh where we just kind of do our thing. So,
Oh yeah. All right. Well, you guys come catch us this evening on the Tuesday night toke. Thanks for hanging out all day or all morning with us and rolling some joints, shooting the shit.
absolutely. Do the like, subscribe thing for us. We got to be good YouTubers.
Yeah. Yeah. Go hit that like button.
Subscribe, share, throw a fucking comment in this bitch afterwards, too. I know our live chat is always fucking rocking, but blow up Caribou's email with fucking comments, too, because shit helps this stuff move around.
Yeah.
Eventually, if we need to keep this show moving, we are going to have to start making money because this thing is nothing but a money sink. I don't think people realize that. So, we'll think about that. We'll be better YouTubers and try to do that thing. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers, Evan. Thank you, man.
Absolutely. And like I said, hit that thumbs up for us, man. We appreciate all of you guys coming out. You know what? And it's been a hot minute since we've done a giveaway. I
Cheers,
have
Raider.
all
Have
but one package that has gone out. I still have one person to get me their address. So I guess I better start building up another collection of shit to ship. So I guess I will fucking do a giveaway tonight, regardless.
There you go.
We'll figure out what to do. I'm gonna go through the old vault, or just make it something out of my collection.
I should probably get a bunch of mine packed up to give away too, because I got too much, and I got some more stuff coming. So I'll start throwing into some giveaways for beans. There you go, Doctor. Your giveaway. So come back tonight, and you can have your chance.
Double J, that's the worst. It's always fucking Tuesday Night Pool League that ruins shit.
It always is stuff like that. It's Tuesday nights.
Well, Pool League, I mean, typically has always been on Tuesday, at least for
Tuesdays
me.
or Thursdays is always.
Yep, Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's when I shot.
Yeah, that's funny. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Tonight, Galaxy, we will do one tonight.
You guys all have a great day.